So hello, welcome all of you. So I welcome you to this class. So this is the 10th English class CBSE. So today we are going to discuss about the third chapter. So here the third chapter is two stories about flying. Two stories about flying. Okay. So in this third chapter, so this chapter makes two part. So first part of this chapter is his first flight. So second part of this chapter is black aeroplane. So let us we move on to the first part of this chapter, his first flight. Okay, so written by Flaherty. Okay, so let us we move on to the lesson. So before we going to the lesson, so a little introduction part is there. Let us we move on to the introduction part. So since the earliest times, humans have dreamt of conquering the skies. Here are two stories about flying. Okay, so since the earliest times, human beings dreamt about attacking or conquering the skies. Okay, so here are two stories about flying. The first story, which explains what is explained, it means what types of explaining in the first part is, so a young seagull means here a bird lives in a near sea. Okay, it's called as a seagull. Okay, something in Kannada we call samudra hakki. Okay, yes, so a young seagull is afraid a lot to fly. How does he conquer his fear? Okay, so a bird called seagull, so it means is very frightened about fear. Okay, so how this bird conquer his fear, and so let us we move on to understand how this bird conquer his fear. Okay, yes, so we are going to read the lesson now. You must have in front of you books. So here we go. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. Ledge means a narrow horizontal self projecting from a wall or a cliff. Cliff means here precipice. In Kannada we say prapata. So in near sea there is a lot, it means cliffs are there, so that is called as a ledge. Okay, so the young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. So here a bird family is there. So a young seagull was alone on ledge, at the top of a ledge. So being alone, and he is waiting for flying, but little bit of fear is in him. So that is not allowed to fly to him. Okay, so his two brothers and his sister already flown away, but he does not fly because of this. It means this seagull is very afraid of flying, because little bit of fear and frightened to fly. Okay, yes, so already his brothers and his sister had already flown away day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. He had been afraid to fly with him. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge. Brink means here shore. It means edge of the edge part of the ledge. So the moment it take a little run forward to brink, of the ledge and attempted to flap means here opens his wings. He become afraid. He become very fear. He become very afraid. That is why he can't fly. So the great expanse of sea, the great expanse. Expanse means here a very, it means very wide place of sea, stretched down beneath. Stretched part is there. So expanse means here the very large size of place of the sea, stretched down beneath means here downward. And it was such a long way, it is a long way down, miles down. There are miles of wide place is there. And he felt certain that his wings would never support him. He certain types of thought process in this bird. So what is that thought process? That it means this bird thinks his wings would never support him. That is why, because of some frightened feeling with this bird, so he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So that is why it means because of the afraid of him. So it means he came back to the ledge. He came back to the ledge. So under a hole, so where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink and flapped their wings and flew away. So even his sisters, his brothers, it means who are very small than this bird. So they were all go to the brink and flaps their wings and flew away. It means shorter feathers, than this bird. Also that means the sisters and brothers, they were all flew away, but this bird can't fly because of some afraid feeling, some frightened fear is here. He failed to muster means here, it means muster up courage. Muster means it means includeness. He cannot include the courage. He cannot give, it means he cannot grow the courage to take that plunge means here dive. Okay, so dive, which appeared to him so desperate means here desperate means very, what is it called, desperate means very bad feeling about this. So calling to him shrilly, it means then sorry, so his father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly means shouting loudly. His father, his mother has called him, calling him shrilly, shouting him in lot, it means big voice, and upbraiding him, scolding him, that he can't fly. That is why he called by his father and mother shrilly means shouting loudly, upbraiding him, scolding him. His father and mother was scolding him because he had a fear that he can't fly. So because of this, his father and mother scolding him shrilly, it means shouting him to fly. So threatening to let him starve. Let him starve means he cannot give the food. It means he does not allow to give the food to their. It means he cannot give the food. so threatening to let him starve. So his father and mother come to a place where it means shoutedly he called upbraiding to this bird to fly, and the father and mother, it means i- father and mother are not give the food, okay, unless he flew away, but for the life of him he could not move. So but for the life of him he could not move. That was 24 hours ago. So the moment it means it take the flying moment, it can't take the flying moment. So after this, that was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near this bird. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves, and how to dive for fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it standing on a rock. So while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. Okay, here, so the poet explaining, it means the author explaining that. So the 24 hours ago, since then, nobody had come near this bird. All day long, he had watched. All day long, he cannot fly. He can't fly. He will not fly. It means he did not fly all day 24 hours. It means throughout the whole day, just he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in flying, skimming, diving, and some other skills of flying. So teaching them how to fly, how to dive, how to skim means here skimming the waves, and how to dive for fish, how to catch the fish. So these are the skills that the father and mother, it means father and mother, they were teaching to his sons, and this, and perfecting them in art of flight, teaching them how to perfecting diving, skimming, and flying. He had in fact seen his older brother. So in his brothers, one of the older brother catch his first herring. Herring means here a soft skinned sea fish, okay. So and devour it means eat, swallowing, also chewing. So he's one of his brothers, one older brother, catch his first herring and devour it standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle, because the older brother catch a herring, catch a fish. That is why parents flew around him, and proud shouting. Proud cackle means here a sound of bird. It's praising voice of bird. So and all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his covered eyes. So this bird is cannot it means this bird, even 24 hours after, this bird is not going to fly because of the covered eyes, because of the afraid and quality of him. So that is why all the morning the whole family, his brother, mother, brother, sister, all the family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff of this bird, taunting him. Taunting him means scolding him. scold, giving upbraiding, giving, it means lot of shrilly voice, lot of scolding, taunting this bird with his covered eyes. Covered eyes means something very fear, very fear about something. This is called as a covered eyes. So these birds, his brother, sister, all the father and this bird's sister and brother, they were all uh, very, it means determined birds were there, and they flew away. But this bird is covered eyes bird. So that is why all the family had taunting had taunted this bird. So the sun was now ascending. Ascending means here moving up the sky. So blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye. Then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Here, this bird is trying to do something. What he is trying to do something here. See, it means because of he has not eaten. He had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly out to the brink. Brink means edge of the ledge. Ledge means here the large. It means wide size of mountains space is there, that is called as a ledge. So top of it means slowly out to the brink of the wedge, standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. He closed one eye, then the other. It means this is called as a, it means this bird is trying to do something, but his frightened feeling cannot agree to this try of flying, to and pretended to be falling asleep. Pretended means is acting. It means the bird is starting to fly. So then the moment it is thinking of flying, so this frightened skill, the frightened quality is not allowing to fly to this bird. That is why this bird pretended to be falling asleep. Pretended means here make acting. It means make acting of flying. To be falling asleep. So still they took no notice of him. They means here their family took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Here he saw two brothers and sister lying on the plateau. It means lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. Something playing happening here. His father was preening the feathers. Preening the feather means here making an effort, maintain the feathers. It means feather means here. So something, it means making an effort. Preening, his father was preening. His father was making an effort, maintain the feathers of his, it means brothers and sisters' feathers. On his white back, only his mother was looking at him. Only this, it means this bird, it means for this bird, only his mother was looking at him. Okay, She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau. Her white breast thrust. Her white breast. It means it means front part of his uh, front part of this bird. Breast thrust. Thrust means here. Here. Thrust means becoming his front part of body taken back, thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet, and then scraped each side of her beak on on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. So her first, it means the mother, she tore at a piece of fish, okay, that lay at her feet, and then scrapped means here making pieces each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. It means madden him means making madness. It means since 24 hours, 24 hours, he did not eat anything. That is why this food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. Ga ga ga, he cried begging. He cried begging her because he did not eat for 24 hours. That is why ga ga ga. It is the sound making by birds to have the food. He cried, begging her, bring him some food. Gargola, it means it's the sound of bird that she screamed back derisively. So that small bird which can't fly because of the frightened quality of this bird. So that it means that bird making a sound ga 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 because of the hungry. So then it means for this act also mother replied as screamed back derisively. Derisively means in a manner. It is a manner showing that he is a stupid. He means stupid means here the mother. It means the mother replied to this bird, you stupid, come and do fly. Flying is very important thing, you must fly. So but he kept calling plaintively. Okay, plaintively means here pitifully, painfully. So this bird is not going to have a food since for 24 hours. So that is why, but he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of the fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly. So now the mother is going to pick some pieces of food. So that is why he kept calling plaintively. He uttered a joyful scream because the mother is coming to give food to this bird. His mother had picked a piece of the fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly because he had not eat food since 24 hours. It means he rushly came to take a piece of fish from his mother, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, She halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. It means he waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. So here, this mother making an effort to allow to fly this bird. So the bird, it means the mother bird, came to here giving the food to this bird. So the moment it came to give the food, but when she was just opposite to him, she halted. It means she stopped to give the food. Her wings motionless. It means she was trying to allow to this bird to fly. Okay, so he waited. It means she did not give suddenly to this bird food. So she is trying to fly this bird. So that is why the moment she did not give the food to this bird. So this bird is waited a moment in surprise, because it means she is not going to give the food to him. So this act of her, it means his mother, maddened, because this bird is maddened by hunger, and it means finally here he dived at the fish. It means the beneath the sea is there. So it is in the brink means here top of the edge of the ledge. So the mother is trying to fly this bird. So this bird dived dived at the fish dived at the fish with a loud scream. He fell, and he fell outwards and downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing. He could hear nothing. So, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. So then, this bird is flying. It means he finally dived, and onward, downward, outward, downward. It means monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, because he is in the air. He is in the air, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He is not falling headlong now. It means he is not going to fall down, and it means not bad experience of flying is not anymore. Not anymore. He was soaring gradually. He was soaring gradually downwards, outwards. He was no longer afraid. He was no longer afraid. It means it is no more afraid feeling, because this bird is going to fly in a very outward, downward, outward. So through the air, he was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards, outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flopped his wings once, and he soared upwards. Ga 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 la ga. It means sound of. It means making sound of bird. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Okay, then the relationship between mother bird and this sunbird is going to, it means was going to connection with something sound. He saw Also, then his father flew over him, screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, coveting. Coveting means jumping like a horse, banking and soaring and diving. Banking means here trying to take a fish, trying to take fish, soaring and diving. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and commended himself to dive and soar and curve, shrinking shrilly. So then this bird is going to forgot everything about frightened, okay, fear feeling, because this bird is not anymore frightened feeling because it's flying now, it's soaring, it's dying very well. So it means nearer sea, flying straight over it and facing straight over the ocean. He saw vast green sea beneath him. So ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. Amusedly means, so we know the riti. Okay, in Kannada we say his parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. So they were beckoning to him. They were beckoning to him. It means here beckoning means it means here beckoning nothing but is making something signs to this bird. Sanne ಮಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ beckoning ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Yes, beckoning to him, calling shrilly. It means calling with loud sound, attempted to rise again, flapping his wings, but he was tired. So but it means he's done. It means this bird is done lot of circus in flying. This moment he was tired and weak with hunger. It means along throughout the 24 hours he cannot have a food. He didn't have a food. That is why with weak, it means this bird is going to weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Exhausted means there's something bad experience in the body. In a hunger, it means hunger qualities. By the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched. His belly means his front body of the bird touched the sea. He sank no further. He was floating on. He was floating means he was floating on it, and around him the family was screaming, praising, and their Sikhs were offering him scraps of dogfish. Here the food came itself, because this bird is learned the flying, how to fly, how to float, how to skim, how to diving. So that is why all the birds of his sister and his brother, mother is going to give the food, dogfish, to this bird, offering the dogfish to this bird. So this bird, finally this bird, he had made his first flight. It means this bird's first flight is just this. It is the first flight of this bird. So this is all about this lesson, his first flight. So if you have any doubt, ask me through comments or through my personal number. So thank you very much.